Hello everyone. Today's video is not just another motivational talk you watch and forget. This is not something you listen to for a few minutes and move on with your life. This is a wake-up call. This is a reminder. This is a message that has the power to completely shift the direction of your life. If you truly understand it and apply it, today we are not just talking about dreams. Because let's be honest, everyone talks about dreams. Social media is full of people saying, follow your dreams, chase your passion, believe in yourself, but very few people actually explain what turns those dreams into reality. And that's exactly what we are going to uncover today. Let me tell you something very honestly. Something most people don't want to hear because it sounds simple, but it's powerful. Talent means nothing without consistency. Yes, you heard that right. You can be the most talented person in the room. You can have amazing skills. You can have natural ability. But if you are not consistent, none of it matters. I have personally seen people who were extremely talented. People who could speak fluently, think creatively, perform better than others, but today, they are doing nothing. They are stuck. They are lost. And at the same time, I have seen completely average people with no special skills, no strong background, no support achieve incredible success. Why? Because they showed up every single day. That's the difference. You don't need to be the smartest. You don't need to be the richest. You don't need perfect English. You don't need perfect support. You don't need a perfect environment. What you truly need is this clarity and consistency. You need to choose one thing and commit to it, not for one day, not for 1 week, but every single day. Because at the end of the day, your life is not built on what you do once. It is built on what you do repeatedly. Your habits build your future. Your daily actions shape your destiny. In this video, I am going to explain the true power of consistency from the very beginning. Not just theory, but real-life understanding. I will share examples. I will share stories. I will explain things in a way that even if you are a beginner, you will understand clearly. And not just understand, you will feel it. Because change doesn't come from information. Change comes from realization. If you are someone who feels stuck, if you are someone who starts but never finishes, if you are someone who gets motivated for a few days and then quits, if you are tired of going in circles, then this video is for you. And I want you to promise yourself something right now. Don't skip. Watch till the end, because sometimes one idea, one realization can change everything. This video is not fake motivation. I am not here to hype you up for 5 minutes. I am not here to give you temporary energy. I am here to tell you the truth, because real change comes from real words. If you feel tired, if you feel lost, if you feel like you are not moving forward, then this is not just to inspire you. This is to wake you up. Now let's talk about the most powerful concept that can change your life. Completely consistency. And remember something important on this channel. You are not just learning English. You are learning how to think. You are learning how to grow. You are learning how to build your life. So if you are serious about your future, subscribe and let's grow together. So what exactly is consistency? Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. Consistency means showing up again and again. Not once, not twice, but every single day. Even when you are tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when you are not motivated, even when you are scared, even when nobody is supporting you, even when nobody is watching you, you still show up. That is consistency. Most people think success comes from big actions, but the truth is success comes from small actions done daily. Consistency is not about doing something huge. It's about doing something small, again and again. It's not about perfection. It's about repetition. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say you want to learn English. Do you think you can become fluent in 1 day? No. In 1 week? No. But what if you speak just 5 sentences every day? What if you watch 1 English video daily? What if you read just 1 paragraph every day? At first, it feels small, but after 30 days you improve. After 3 months you gain confidence. After 6 months you see real change. After 1 year, you become a completely different person. Your thinking changes. Your speaking improves. Your confidence grows. That's consistency. Now let's take another example. Fitness. You go to the gym one day and work out for 3 hours. Then you don't go for 2 months. Will your body change? No. But if you walk 30 minutes every day, if you do 20 push-ups daily, if you eat slightly better every day, after 3 months you feel better. After 6 months you see change. After 1 year you transform. This is how life works. Small actions, repeated daily, create big results. The problem is people want fast success. They want instant results. They want everything quickly. So they try something big once. They don't see results, and they quit. But winners don't do that. Winners understand something powerful. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to go all in for 1 day. You need to show up every day. Consistency may not look exciting. It may not feel powerful. But over time it becomes unstoppable. Let me tell you something important. Most people don't fail because they are not smart. They fail because they are not consistent. They lack discipline. They lack patience. They give up too early. Here's a truth no one tells you. Successful people are not special. They are just consistent. That's it. I've seen people start from zero. No money, no support, no confidence, nothing. But they chose one thing, and they worked on it every single day. Today they are successful, not because they were lucky, but because they were consistent. Now let me share one of the most powerful stories you will ever hear. The bamboo tree. When you plant a bamboo seed, nothing grows for 5 years. You water it daily. You take care of it. You give it sunlight. But you see nothing. No progress. No results. Nothing. Then suddenly in the 5th year, in just 6 weeks, it grows up to 80 feet. Now think about this. Did it grow in 6 weeks? Or 5 years? The answer is 5 years. Because during those 5 years, its roots were growing deep underground. That's exactly how your life works. You may not see results in the beginning. You may feel like nothing is happening. But growth is happening inside. If you quit, you stop your growth. If you stay consistent 1 day, everything changes. And when it changes fast. Now that you understand what consistency is, let's go deeper because understanding is not enough. You need to feel why consistency is the one. Then that separates winners from everyone else. Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you started something with full motivation and then stopped after a few days? Be honest with yourself. Maybe you started learning English. Maybe you decided to wake up early. Maybe you planned to go to the gym. Maybe you said, "This time, I will change my life." And for a few days you were serious. You were focused. You were motivated. You felt unstoppable. But then, something happened. You got tired. You got distracted. You lost interest. You said, "I'll do it tomorrow." And slowly, you stopped. This is the cycle most people live in. Start gives, stop gives, feel guilty gives, start again, give, stop again. And years pass like this. No real progress. No real change. Now here's the truth you need to understand. Motivation is temporary. Consistency is permanent. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel like working hard. Some days you don't. But consistency means you do it anyway. Let me give you a powerful example. Think about brushing your teeth. Do you wait for motivation to brush your teeth? You just do it. Why? Because it's a habit. Because it's part of your routine. Because you don't question it. That's exactly what you need to build in your life. Habits that don't depend on your mood. Actions that don't depend on your feelings. Because if you only work when you feel motivated, you will never succeed. Let me tell you something powerful. Winners don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They rely on systems. They rely on consistency. There will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. Days when you feel tired. Days when everything feels hard. Days when your mind says, "Skip today." That is the most important moment. because that is where your future is decided. When you show up on the days you don't feel like it, that's when you grow the most. That's when you become different. That's when you separate yourself from everyone else. Let me give you a real-life mindset shift. Instead of asking yourself, do I feel like doing this today? Ask yourself, who do I want to become? Because successful people don't act based on feelings. They act based on identity. If you see yourself as a disciplined person, you act disciplined. If you see yourself as a lazy person, you act lazy. So the real question is, who are you becoming every single day? Consistency is not just about actions. It's about identity. It's about becoming someone who does what they say. Now let's talk about something deeper. Consistency builds self-respect. Every time you say, I will wake up early, and you actually do it, you build trust in yourself. Every time you say, I will study today, and you follow through, you build confidence. But every time you say something, and don't do it, you break trust with yourself, and slowly, something dangerous happens. You stop believing in yourself. You start saying things like, I can't stay consistent. I always quit. I'm not disciplined. And that belief becomes your reality. But here's the good news. You can change this. You don't need to do something big. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start small. Very small. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Read 1 page. Learn 3 new words. Do 10 push-ups. And most importantly, do it every day. Because consistency is not built in big moments. It is built in small daily actions. Now let me tell you something very powerful. Consistency is the bridge between dreams and reality. Everyone has dreams. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants a better life. But very few people are willing to do the daily work. Dreams without action are just imagination. But dreams with consistency become reality. Let me explain this clearly. Dream gives goal, gives plan, gives action, gives consistency, gives result. Most people stop at dreams. Some people create goals. Few people make plans. But only a small number of people stay consistent. And those are the people who win. Now let me tell you a powerful real-life story. There was a man who wanted to become a writer, but he had a full-time job. He was busy. He didn't have time. So instead of quitting his dream, he made a simple rule. I will write just 1 sentence every day. That's it. 1 sentence. Some days, he wrote more. Some days, he wrote only 1 line. But he never stopped. After 1 year, he completed his book. Not because he had time. Not because he was motivated every day. But because he was consistent. This is the secret. You don't need to do everything today. You just need to do something every day. Let me give you another powerful example. Water. If you drop a small drop of water on a rock, nothing happens. But if that drop falls in the same place, every single day, over time, it can break the rock. Not because the water is strong, but because it is consistent. That is your life. Now let's talk about failure. Because many people think, I failed, so I should stop. But that's the wrong mindset. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. The real failure is quitting. Every successful person you see today has failed many times. But they didn't stop. They kept going. They stayed consistent. Let me ask you something. What if you failed 10 times, but succeed on the 11th attempt? Would it be worth it? Of course. But most people quit at the 5th attempt. That's the difference. Now let's talk about patience. Consistency without patience is useless, because results take time. We live in a fast world. Everyone wants quick success, quick money, quick results. But real success is slow. It takes time. Just like planting a tree. You don't plant it today and get fruits tomorrow. You water it daily. You take care of it. You wait, and one day it grows. That's consistency plus patience. Now imagine the people. Person who works very hard for 10 days, then stops for 20 days. Person B works 1 hour every day for 30 days. Who will get better results? Person B, because consistency beats intensity. Now let me tell you something that will change your thinking. Small actions done daily are more powerful than big actions done occasionally. That's the rule of success. Now let's talk about something very real. Excuses. Most people don't fail because they don't have time. They fail because they make excuses. I don't have time. I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. These are not reasons. These are excuses. Because if something is truly important to you, you will find a way. And if it's not important, you will find an excuse. Simple. Now let me ask you something. How badly do you want to change your life? Because your answer will decide your actions. Consistency is not easy. Let's be honest. It is boring sometimes. It is repetitive. It feels slow. But that's exactly why it works. Because most people quit. And when most people quit, the ones who stay win. Now remember this line. You don't need to be extreme. You just need to be consistent. Now let's go even deeper because up until now, you understand consistency. But now you need to feel it, because real change does. It comes from emotional realization. Let me ask you something very real. What is stopping you right now? Not your situation, not your background, not your past. What is really stopping you? If you are honest, the answer is simple. You are inconsistent. You start, but you don't continue. You plan, but you don't execute daily. You dream, but you don't take repeated action. And that's okay, because most people are like that. But the moment you realize this truth, you gain power, because now you know what to fix. The real enemy, your own mind. Let's talk about the biggest enemy you will ever face. It's not competition. It's not lack of resources. It's your own mind. Your mind is designed to keep you comfortable. It tells you, you're tired, rest today. You can start tomorrow. It's not that important. You deserve a break. And slowly, 1 day becomes 2 days. 2 days become 1 week. 1 week becomes 1 month. And just like that, you lose momentum. This is how dreams die. Not with failure, but with delay. The silent killer, delay. Delay is dangerous because it feels harmless. You say, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Let me tell you something powerful. Every time you delay your work, you are training your brain to avoid effort. And over time, avoidance becomes your habit. That's why consistency is not just about success. It's about breaking this pattern. Discipline vs. emotion. Now let's understand something very important. Most people live based on emotions. They act when they feel good. They stop when they feel bad. But successful people live based on discipline. They act regardless of how they feel. Let me give you a powerful real-life example. A mother with a newborn baby. She wakes up at 2 a.m., feeds the baby, carries the baby, stays awake for hours. Now ask yourself, is she motivated every night? No. Is she excited every time? No. But she still does it. Why? Because she has a strong reason. Because she is responsible. Because love is bigger than mood. That is real consistency. Now imagine, if you treated your dreams like that, if you showed up every day, no matter what, your life would completely change. Small steps, big results. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 day and underestimate what they can do in 1 year. They try to. Study 10 hours in 1 day. Lose 10 kilograms in 1 week. Build a business in 1 month. And when it doesn't work, they quit. But real success is simple. Small steps, done daily. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who wanted to write a book, but he was busy. No time, no energy. So he made one rule. I will write 1 sentence every day. Some days, he wrote more. Some days, just 1 line. But he never stopped. After 1 year, he finished his book. Not because he worked hard 1 day, but because he worked consistently every day. Struggle is not your enemy. Let's change your mindset about struggle. Most people think struggle is bad, pain is bad, difficulty is bad. But the truth is, struggle is necessary. Let me ask you, what happens when you go to the gym? You feel pain. Your muscles hurt. You feel weak. But if you keep going, pain turns into strength. Weakness turns into power. That's how growth works. The same happens in life. You may feel uncomfortable. You may feel like giving up. You may feel like you are not good enough. But if you stay consistent, everything changes. Real story, very powerful. Let me tell you a real kind of story. There was a boy who couldn't speak clearly. He used to stammer. People laughed at him. Even his teacher told him to avoid speaking. Imagine that pain. Imagine that embarrassment. But instead of quitting, he decided to improve. Every day, he practiced speaking in front of a mirror. He read books out loud. He recorded his voice. He listened and corrected himself. People still laughed, but he didn't stop. Years later, that same boy became one of the most powerful motivational speakers. Why? Not talent, not luck. Consistency. Time respects consistency. Let's talk about time. Time is your most valuable asset. But most people waste it. Scrolling, watching useless content, overthinking, complaining. Now imagine, if you use just 1 hour every day to build something meaningful, in 1 month you improve, in 6 months you grow, in 1 year you transform. There is a simple truth. You don't lack time. You lack consistency with time. Consistency attracts opportunities. Here's something powerful. Opportunities don't come to those who want them. They come to those who are ready. And consistency makes you ready. Let me give you an example. There was an artist. He posted 1 drawing every day for 3 years. No likes, no followers, no attention. But he didn't stop. One day, a big company saw his work, gave him a project. That one project changed his life. Was it luck? No. It was consistency meeting opportunity. World respects action, not dreams. Everyone talks about dreams. I want to be rich. I want to be successful. I want to change my life. But the world doesn't care about your dreams. It cares about your actions. You are not rewarded for what you say. You are rewarded for what you do daily. Talent vs. consistency. Let's clear this once and for all. Talent is overrated. Yes, talent helps. But without consistency, it is useless. Consistency without talent can still win, because skill can be built, but consistency must be chosen. You can't cheat time. You can fake effort. You can pretend progress. You can lie to others, but you cannot fool time. Time reveals everything. In 6 months, in 1 year, your results will show the truth, the hardest truth. Let me tell you something hard. No one is coming to save you. No perfect mentor. No perfect opportunity. No perfect moment. You have to save yourself. You have to show up. Because the day you stop waiting is the day your life starts changing. Final message, very powerful ending. Now listen carefully. Your future is not decided by your past. Your future is decided by what you do every single day. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be extraordinary. You just need to be consistent, because consistency turns. Effort gives skill. Skill gives confidence. Confidence gives success. So today, make a decision. Will you keep waiting? Will you keep quitting? Or will you show up every single day, no matter what? Because if you do, your life will change. Not in 1 day, not in 1 week, but slowly, silently, powerfully. And one day, you will look back and realize consistency changed everything. Before we end this journey, I want you to pause for a moment and think, not about the world, not about other people. Think about your life. Where are you right now? Are you moving forward, or are you just stuck in the same place? Be honest. Because this moment right here can change everything. Most people don't fail because they are weak. They fail because they stop. They stop when it gets hard. They stop when no one supports them. They stop when results are slow. But winners keep going. Even when it's boring. Even when it's painful. Even when nobody is watching. That is the difference. Your life is being built daily. Whether you realize it or not, you are building your future every single day. With your habits, with your actions, with your choices. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you move away from your dreams. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you move closer to your goals. It's that simple. Life is not complicated. We just make it complicated. The truth about success. Let me tell you something very real. Success is not a big moment. It's not one lucky break. It's not one viral video. Success is built quietly, day by day, step by step, habit by habit. Nobody sees your effort in the beginning. Nobody claps for you early on, but that doesn't mean it's not working. Remember the bamboo tree. For years, nothing happens. But underground, growth is happening. And one day, everything changes. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Many people are waiting for the right time. I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when things get better. I'll start when I have more time. But the truth is, there is no perfect time. If you wait for perfect conditions, you will wait forever. Start when it's messy. Start when you're unsure. Start when you're scared. Because starting imperfectly is better than not starting at all. You VSU. Your biggest competition is not someone else. It's you. The old you. The lazy you. The distracted you. Every day is a battle. And the question is, which version of you will win today? Build a powerful identity. Here's something most people don't understand. Consistency is not just an action. It becomes your identity. When you show up daily, you stop saying, I'm trying, and you start saying, this is who I am. I am someone who doesn't quit. I am someone who works daily. I am someone who finishes what I start. And when your identity changes, your life changes.